Beautiful, beautiful souls. How y'all doing on this wonderful Thursday? Yes. Dear little me, how you doing today? Libra, how are you doing today? In your balance and equilibrium, she rises soulfully. How has Thursday been treating you? Miss Jasmine Elliott, greetings, my dear. How are you doing? Evelise Santiago, Doctor Santiago, how are you doing? Fanta, Fanta, have you been having a wonderful Thursday thus far? I hope so. I truly hope so. My Thursday have been going well thus far. A very eventful Thursday. And I am truly grateful to have been here today and get up to experience another wonderful day and just allowing things to just flow and go, you know? Yes, yes. Calibrated chaos. How has this Thursday been treating you, my dear? I hope you've been having a beautiful Thursday so far. The Celebration Chronicle, Miss Cece herself. How are you doing? Oh man, I totally identify with that. Busy, 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 busy. Yes, but productive. That's the same thing that I was just telling everybody right before you came on. So that's alignment. That's divine alignment. Good and busy for sure, but productive. Queen, I am doing well. I am suspended in success right now, and I just feel ecstatic for where I'm currently positioned. So I'm just truly grateful to be experiencing how I feel. Making it do what it do. Sometimes that's all we can do is make it do what it do. But guess what? You doing it. You doing it, right? Yes, I love that. Tia Monet, how are you, my dear? I hope you're having a fabulous Thursday thus far. So, yes, just to, dive right into, everything that's going to go on, for today and our topic that we're going to dive into becoming a sustainable home for what you have been praying for. And we're going to open up with a meditation preliminarily as a collective conscious because I feel like taking some downtime from our busy, very productive days is very important and imperative. And sometimes we don't allocate that time for ourselves to be able to just take some space and just breathe a little bit better and just to allow for our brains to rest, because sometimes when we in the midst of resting and we just position ourselves out of the productivity that we have been having going on for throughout the day, we just take that little pause that allows our brain to refresh, and it allows for the synapses to start sparking and arcing again. So some ideas that has been flowing into you for the whole day, now you have time to just breathe a little bit and allow those ideas to just flow without so much effort or pressure. And then you're able to make a lot of neurological connections in a plethora of ways that can be unique for you to come up with very good conclusions at the end of the day that you wouldn't have been able to because you were inundated with so much information by you being productive. So I know I try to, I now it's kind of like non-negotiable because I see like the benefits of just taking a little time from being like super productive throughout the day, because I was that, get it done. I got to complete my task list before without any, you know, um, brackets of rest throughout the day. But when I started to incorporate spaces of rest, that really produced substantial results for me from a brain state mind frame. So I just wanted to incorporate some of that, and I want to start doing that a lot more often. And I do that with my self date experience, beautiful scholars, and in the academy, I will be doing that more of as well too, to give you time to just throttle back for a bit, because we are high functioning individuals. A lot of the individuals that I know that's on this live with me today, they're very, very high functioning. And with you being high functioning, I don't want you to throttle back on who you are as a person. I just want you to show up as the best high functioning individual that you can be, so that you can continue to, be successful in your future and current endeavors. So that's just my aim. Yes, insight timer is a great wind down at night. That, yeah, I love that. An insight timer. Yeah, I live off of timers and like sticky notes to keep me fluent in what I need to do. If I didn't have those, it would be um a mixture of a lot of things that's going south, just to say the least. But yes, timers, alarms, my calendar, whether it's written. Yet, man, I love a good classic sticky note with the adhesive on the back, baby, because I will stick that thing anywhere so I can remember what's happening and what's going on. I tell you, me and sticky notes go together real bad. But anywho, so just want to welcome everyone. And before we begin, I want to sincerely thank each of you for being present with me today. You could have chosen to be anywhere doing anything, but you made the intentional decision to enter this space, to breathe, to reflect, and to reconnect with yourself. I do not take your time for granted, or your peace, or your energy lightly. I'm deeply appreciative. And yes, I have to have the adhesive for the sticky notes going down for the one time. As we settle in, you will hear gentle frequencies layered beneath my voice. And they're the composition of 174 hertz, 396 hertz, and 432 hertz. And want to integrate this into my live podcast sessions and get people more familiar with the hertz, because these frequencies are often used in meditation to create an atmosphere of grounding, emotional release, balance, and deep relaxation. So, with that being said, these frequencies produce specific healing outcomes, calming music, intentional breathing, and meditation that can support the body's relaxation response, reduce stress, and encourage healthier nervous system regulations. So I don't just want you to take the space out of your day to just not do nothing. I want it to be a productive rest, to where you're getting quality rest and quality time to decompress. So these hertz help to facilitate that mind and body coherence and allowing you to get into the flow state of being calm. So just allow the sounds in the background to support you without feeling the need to really analyze it. I just broke it down just a little bit so that you guys can understand the framework of what I'm trying to intentionally set here. So now I invite you to settle into this space, not only as individuals, but here as a collective. Bible in the hood, I hope you're having a grand Thursday. And although we may be joining from different cities, homes, backgrounds, and seasons of life, for this moment, we are choosing to breathe together, reflect together, and become intentional together. And I want to give a big shout out. Today is Jamaica's Independence Day. So I want to big up everybody that's here right now with me sharing this space because this is a really important day. August is very significant to me in a plethora of ways. And this is a day that makes that significance have an impact of this month. So just have to shout out Jamaica. So now I want us to find a comfortable position. Allow your feet to rest firmly on the floor, or let your body be fully supported beneath you, whether you are sitting, you're standing, or you're laying down. Soften your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. Relax your hands and let your body know that it does not have to perform right now. There is nothing to prove. There is nowhere to rush. There is only this moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it gently. And now release it slowly through your mouth. Again, breathe in deeply. And as you exhale, release the pressure to have everything figured out. One more time. Breathe in peace. And breathe out pressure. Once again, breathe in possibility. And breathe out resistance. Now, imagine every person present surrounded by a soft, radiant light. A light of peace. A light of clarity. A light of courage. A light of divine preparation. Imagine each individual light beginning to connect, not in a way that takes from anyone, but in a way that reminds us that we are not becoming alone. We are breathing together. We are healing together. We are learning how to receive together. We are creating a collective intention that says we are ready not only to receive what we have been praying for, but to become capable of sustaining it. Let's take another breath and let's exhale. Today's meditation asks us to move beyond desire. It asks us to move beyond manifestation as a moment and into stewardship as a lifetime. Because receiving the blessing is one thing, having the emotional, physical, spiritual, and practical capacity to hold it is a whole nother thing. Sometimes we pray for greater opportunities, but we have not created space in our lives to manage them. Sometimes we ask for love, but we have not learned how to communicate our needs without abandoning ourselves. Sometimes we ask for financial abundance, but we have not developed the habits required to manage it wisely. Sometimes we pray for visibility, but we are still afraid of being fully seen and showing up. Sometimes we ask for peace, but our bodies have become so accustomed to adversity and survival that calmness feels unfamiliar. Sometimes we ask for expansion while holding tightly to routines, relationships, beliefs, and behaviors that belong to a smaller version of our lives. There is no shame in recognizing this. Actually, this is the point. Awareness is not condemnation. Awareness is an invitation. So take another slow, deep breath in. And as you exhale, ask yourself quietly, what have I been asking for? Maybe it's peace. Maybe it is love. Maybe it's healing or financial stability. Maybe it's influence. Maybe it's a thriving business. Maybe it's a healthier body. Maybe it's discipline, freedom, purpose, or opportunity that could change the direction of your life. Name it silently. Now, ask yourself, have I prepared my life to receive what I'm asking for? Not perfectly and not completely, but intentionally. Have I created the boundaries that needs to be established? Have I developed the habits? Have I strengthened my capacity to hold what I'm asking for? Have I made space? Have I become responsible with what is already in my hands? Allow the answers to rise without judgment. You do not have to criticize or defend yourself in this moment. Just simply observe. I guess somebody called and wanted to be in a meditation as well. Now place one hand over your heart and one hand over your stomach. Feel yourself breathing beneath your hands and say quietly, I am willing to become capable of holding the life I deserve. Now, I want you to repeat this again, but this time with a lot more intention to know that you deserve what you're saying and it's not just mere words being uttered with no aim. So again, repeat after me. I am willing to become capable of holding the life I desire. Take a deep breath in And release. Crystal, I truly appreciate that. Thank you for sharing this space with me and with us as a collective yesterday. And I'm truly honored that you came back today. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. I'm truly honored that you're here. So, we often focus on attracting what we want, but sustainability asks us a different set of questions. Can you remain grounded when more people begin to notice you? Can you protect your peace when more opportunities are placed before you? Can you maintain your boundaries when success makes you more accessible? Can you receive love without testing, doubting, or sabotaging it? Can you experience ease without creating a new crisis? Can you earn more without allowing your worth to become dependent on what you produce? Can you lead others without neglecting yourself? Can you grow without losing the rituals that helped you become grounded enough to grow? Now, once again, take a deep breath in and release. And allow those questions to move through you. Now, visualize the life you have been praying for. See yourself living within it. See the opportunities right before you. See the relationships. See the abundance. See the peace. And see the health. See the divine impact. And most importantly, see the version of yourself who has received what you once prayed for. Now, look beyond the highlight. Look at their daily life. How do they care for their body? How do they organize their time? How do they speak to themselves? What do they no longer tolerate? How do they respond when things do not go according to plan? How do they remain connected to themselves while leading, loving, serving, and creating? Notice that their capacity was not built after the blessing arrived. It was built through the choices they made before its grand arrival. This is you. This is you embodying what you know you deserve and what can be presented to you. Their confidence was built by keeping promises to themselves. Their peace was built by refusing to negotiate their boundaries. Their discipline was built by continuing even without an applause. Their emotional capacity was built by learning to pause before reacting. Their self-trust was built every time they listened inwardly and followed through. Their abundance was sustained because they practiced stewardship with what they already had. They did not suddenly become ready. They practiced readiness. So now, take a slow breath and exhale. Now imagine this future version of you standing right before you. They are not looking at you with judgment. They are not looking at you with ridicule. They are looking at you with gratitude. They are grateful for every choice you are making now that you will allow for them to exist. They are grateful when you rest before exhaustion forces you to. They are grateful when you say no without guilt. They are grateful when you care for your body. They are grateful when you organize your finances. They are grateful when you prepare, create, study, and follow through. They are grateful when you choose long-term alignment over short-term comfort. They are grateful when you refuse to abandon yourself in the pursuit of success. And now hear them say, "Thank you for preparing the life I now get to live." And pause and just take that in. You are not only creating for the person you are today. You are making deposits into the life of the person you are becoming. Now, as a collective, let us release the belief that success must require self-neglect. Let us release the belief that abundance must come with anxiety. Let us release the belief that leadership requires constant access. Let us release the belief that rest will cause us to lose momentum. Let us also release the belief that we must exhaust ourselves to prove that we deserve the life we desire. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, say, "I release the patterns that would cause me to sabotage what I have asked for." Now, once again, we're going to repeat the same stanza, but this time I want you to say it with all the belief that you have within your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul, with the greatest intention and knowing that this is for you. So again, repeat after me. I release the patterns that would cause me to sabotage what I have asked for. I am preparing emotionally for what I am praying for spiritually. I am strengthening my body to carry the work I am called to do. I am creating systems that support my growth. I am establishing boundaries that protect my peace. I am becoming disciplined enough to steward abundance. I am becoming grounded enough to be seen without losing myself. I am secure enough to receive love without suspicion. I am becoming wise enough to recognize aligned opportunities. I am becoming courageous enough to release what no longer fits. I can expand without abandoning myself. I can achieve without living in constant urgency. I can be successful and supported. I can be visible and protected. I can be ambitious and well rested. I can serve others while remaining devoted to myself. I understand balance and what that means for me and me being successful in the best version of me. I am not only asking for more, I'm preparing to manage more. I am becoming a responsible home for my answered prayers. Now, take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, ask yourself, what is one area of my life that must become stronger to support the life that I desire? Is it your health, your emotional regulation, your time management, your finances, your communication, your boundaries, your consistency, your willingness to ask for help, or your ability to get quality rest? Choose one. You do not have to rebuild your entire life today. Choose one area where you can begin creating greater capacity. Now ask, what is one practical action I can take within the next 24 hours? One, just one. Take your time with it. Maybe you will create a schedule. Maybe you will meal prep. Maybe you'll do 15 to 20 minutes of movement to your favorite song. Maybe you will review your finances. Maybe you will complete the task that you have been avoiding, calling it procrastination. Maybe you will delegate something out. Maybe you will establish a boundary. Maybe you'll create a space so that you can methodically think about the genius thoughts that you've been having all day and maybe all week. Remove something that has been draining your energy. Or maybe you will just simply rest and decompress. Let one action rise and commit to it. Now, imagine every person present placing their intention into the center of our collective space right here. We are not responsible for carrying one another's dreams, but we can surely witness them. We can affirm them. We can remind one another that expansion is possible without self-abandonment. And together, we declare, we will not pray for lives that require us to disappear from ourselves. We will build lives spacious enough to include our peace. We will become strong enough to hold joy without anticipating loss. We will become steady enough to hold abundance without guilt. We will become grounded enough to grow without losing our center. Take one final deep breath in and hold it gently. And now release. Begin to move your fingers. Move your toes. Roll your shoulders. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. And remember, you do not have to become worthy of your desires. Because guess what? You're already worthy. But you are responsible for building the capacity, character, habits, boundaries, and systems that allow those desires to remain healthy once they arrive. You are not only becoming a vibrational match, you are becoming a sustainable home for everything you have been praying for. Mm. So now we will navigate into our dialogue. Prior to us going into our dialogue, I just would like to know, with the completion of the previous meditation, how did it resonate with anyone? Drop your comments in the chat. I am curious to get feedback from your vantage point. Did that meditation show you something about yourself? Did you realize something? Were you able to understand a portion of yourself that you know that you can utilize and taking one step forward and taking an action into what you have prayed for so you can have the capacity of your prayers being answered? The capacity of the abundance that is your birthright. Are you able to contain it and maintain it once it show up? So Crystal stated it was a continuation of confirmation that I'm in alignment. A continuation of confirmation. So that means she has been getting alignment previously. She already been aligned. And this is just reaffirming more of the alignment of the abundance that she knows that she deserves. Being a recipient of a lineage of alignment over a consensus amount of time shows you that when you do good, good follows you. And that's amazing just for you to even bring that to our awareness. And I appreciate that. So, everyone, I want you to take a moment and share one word that describes how you feel after this meditation, whether it's grounded, exposed, encouraged, challenged, peaceful, or ready. Whatever you are feeling, it's welcome here. So, the central question, basically the thesis of all this, is can you sustain the life you keep asking for? And Crystal, right on time with the alignment, said ready. That's on point. because we often speak about attracting, manifesting, praying, and believing for more, but we do not always discuss the internal and practical infrastructure required to hold more. It is easy to visualize the outcome. It is more challenging to examine the habits and the boundaries, discipline, emotional maturity, and systems that must support that outcome. Receiving something and sustaining something may require two totally different versions of you. You may receive an opportunity because you are talented, but you sustain it through consistency. You may receive love because someone recognizes your heart, but you sustain a healthy relationship through communication, self awareness, accountability, and boundaries. You may receive money through one opportunity, but you sustain financial stability through stewardship and planning. You may receive attention because of one powerful moment or quote, but you sustain impact through integrity and continuous service. You may achieve a health goal through motivation, but you sustain your health through the habits that remain after the motivation fades. This is the difference between a moment and a lifestyle. So let's discuss. What is something you have been praying for or intentionally working towards? You do not have to give every detail. It could just be one word again: peace, love, growth, health, freedom, visibility, discipline, financial stability, purpose. Just drop it in the comments. Or say it internally. But with you saying that internally within yourself or dropping it in the comments, also cohesively ask yourself, what does this desire require from me? Not only what will it give me or what does it require from me, but with that peace that you want, what type of boundaries do need to be set? Because we talk about the boundaries, but I'd like to break it down to a systematic infrastructure and you knowing how these boundaries supposed to be set in order for this peace to show up and be visible for you to actually feel it and resonate with it. That's why some things may sound a little repetitive through our dialogue and our meditation today, because I want you to understand that it takes repetition. Repetition is the father of learning. And once you get something ingrained into your brain, then becomes a part of your psyche. And once it becomes a part of your psyche, then it starts to show up as a character trait. Once it shows up as a character trait, now this is the daily implementation on how your mind works. So, love may require vulnerability. Growth may require discomfort. Visibility may require confidence and the ability to tolerate criticism. Financial abundance may require discipline, and a healthier body may require consistency. We cannot only discuss what the blessings gives us, we must also discuss what the blessings ask of us. So with that, what habit could become dangerous if your life expanded, but the habit remained unchanged? Would it be that procrastination that you've been dealing with? Or the people pleasing? Maybe even the overspending? Get off of Amazon. Or refusing to ask for help? Overcommitting yourself? Maybe neglecting your health? Purchasing some things in the store that you know you could just put right back and remain on the shelf? Living without structure? Constantly doubting yourself? This question is not meant to shame us. It is meant to reveal where preparation must begin and identify where we must start. Sometimes we do not need another opportunity yet. Sometimes we need stronger systems. Sometimes we do not need more people asking for our time. We must learn how to say no. Simple, but sometimes don't feel that way. Sometimes we do not need more money. We need a healthier relationship with the money already flowing through our hands. Sometimes we do not need more visibility. We need to become rooted enough that visibility does not cause us to perform, over explain, or lose our authenticity. Your nervous system must be included into your vision. Period. You can consciously desire a peaceful, abundant, and expansive life while your body remains conditioned for instability, urgency, and survival. That is why some people experience something good and immediately begin searching for what might go wrong. They receive love and become suspicious. They receive an opportunity and feel like an imposter. They experience rest and feel guilt. They enter a peaceful season and unconsciously reintroduce all the adversity because that feels so much more familiar. This does not mean they do not want good things. It may mean their body has not learned that good things can also be safe. Sustaining a life you desire requires teaching your body that peace is not a threat. Consistency is not boredom. Healthy love is not a trap. Rest is not failure. Support does not make you weak. Ease does not mean disaster is approaching. So, in the comments or to yourself, complete the sentence. It is safe for me to blank. And I can give you a couple of options. It is safe for me to rest. It is safe for me to receive. It is safe for me to be visible. It is safe for me to succeed. It is safe for me to say no. No. Mm-mm. It is safe for me to be supported. It is safe for me to have more than enough. And it is safe for me to be loved. Me personally, I used to wrestle with not saying, not having the capabilities of saying no. I was always doing something for somebody somewhere at some given time. And the yes that I kept providing to everybody became the no that I subconsciously kept telling myself because I created all this space for other people and I limited the space for me to breathe. And that was not balance. And ironically, being a Libra, that don't make the most sense, huh? But I had to tighten up that, ideology and had to get myself in a position to know that no became my safe word. No became that protection system that I needed to implement in order to better govern my time, in order for me to better govern my energy and not just be this endless disbursement system for everything and everybody around me. Because everybody like that individual who always says yes. And people start to side eye when you begin to say no. So I am the grand recipient of the side eye because I will tell a person no to protect my peace and my nervous system now. And I am happy to be here. So, with that, expansion requires systems like I have implemented with saying no. Faith does not eliminate the need for structure. A vision without systems can quickly become overwhelmed. A blessing without boundaries can become a burden. An opportunity without preparation can become pressure. The goal is not to control every detail of the future. The goal actually is to create enough support around yourself that growth does not automatically lead to burnout. So ask yourself, what needs to be scheduled now? What do you need to delegate out? What needs to be simplified because you always thinking so complex? What needs to end and end like today? What support do you need and you don't feel suffocated to ask, hey, can you help me? Where am I trying to prove that I can do everything alone? And why are you trying to wear that like a badge of honor? You do not build sustainable success by becoming endlessly available. You build it by becoming clear about what deserves access to your time and energy. And that has become my mantra. I don't just endlessly disperse myself. I would gladly tell a person no. So, what system or boundary will make your current life feel more sustainable? Having a set bedtime, like Miss CC said earlier, she has an alarm clock to allow her to know what needs to be delegated at the end of the night prior to her retiring to bed. Planning your week before it begins. That is something that I know that I do on a consistent basis because if I don't plan, it will plan me and not in the best way. How about you govern yourself in protecting one day for rest? How about this? You set in communication hours. There was one time that I took um a, a hiatus or a detox from talking. I just stopped talking. And that lasted for 4 days. Like I didn't utter a syllable because I felt like I had to recalibrate my voice. And this is during the height of the time of me always saying yes. I had to recalibrate my voice and what I was allowing myself to think that was directly connected to what I was saying. So I was like, I keep saying yes. So I need to get myself together from a mental standpoint of view. So what I'm saying and what I'm thinking is having a connection to help me and my nervous system thrive at its most optimum level. And clearly I don't have it. So I just stopped talking. But with me stop talking, I started thinking a lot more intentionally with prioritizing me and not everybody else. So I wasn't refraining myself from talking to hurt anybody outside of me. It was to heal the person that I used to program myself to be that was accessible to too many energies that was out there. So once I came out of my talking hiatus, I was able to actually, with grace, allow people to understand what I was saying and not feel like it was this over analytical dialogue that I was engaging myself in over and over again. It was just a simple no, or a simple not right now, or a simple you will have to find another candidate for that position. So, one last question. What is already present in your life that deserves more gratitude, care, or attention? Gratitude reminds us that we are not beginning from nothing. And this is something that we were talking about yesterday. And I just want to integrate it in today so you can see how all these ideologies are connected into helping you be a better you, into implementing better rhythms so that you're living in the best harmony possible throughout life. So things start clicking and sounding good and feeling good and looking good. Because when you sound, feel, and look your best, you create your best. You attract the best. You're surrounded with the best. But you got to think it up here in the mind first so that you can attract what you know you are a recipient to receive without any doubt. So, as a collective declaration, repeat this with me. I am grateful for what is already here. I am prepared for what is coming. I am releasing what cannot come with me. I am strengthening the habits that supports my future. I am protecting my peace as I expand. I am creating systems that honors my humanity and who I am as a person. I do not have to destroy myself to build the life that I deserve. I can grow and remain grounded. I can achieve and remain present. I can lead and remain connected to myself at the same time. I am becoming capable of sustaining my answered prayers. And before we close, I want to leave you with one question. What can you begin practicing now that your future life will require from you later? Don't wait until the business grows to create boundaries. Mm-mm. Do not wait until your body forces you to stop before you prioritize your health. Do not wait until love arrives to develop healthy communication. Do not wait until the money increases to practice stewardship. Do not wait until more people need you to build systems of support. Prepare now. Practice right now and become right now. And you enrolling into the Self Date Academy will help you get there. I almost guarantee it. On Friday, I'm going to have a divine dialogue with Divine Essence. And she's one of my beautiful self daters. And just listening to her journey and witnessing and me being honored to journey right alongside her has been extraordinary with the things that she has learned, the insight that she says she has gained, and just even from an aesthetic standpoint of view of day one when I met her to right now, the results that she has received for herself has been absolutely stellar. She has influenced me in so many ways that is beyond anything that I could have ever imagined. And I am so grateful to be able to harbor the opportunity to have an interview with her coming on the 8/8 Lionsgate portal on Saturday. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. But with that being said, you do not need to pressure yourself into perfection. Sustainability is not built through one dramatic transformation. It is built through small aligned decisions repeated over time. And through this year-long process of you enrolling to the academy, you will see how that construct work from a mental standpoint of view. And you will see the correlation with how you start to carry yourself throughout the day, how you start to govern your mind, the decisions that you start making, the habits that you start implementing. And this is not something that allows you to create more tasks. This is something that's going to be intertwined in your day as you replace it with the old programming that you may have had before that kept you in a state of overworking or, you know, overcommitting yourself or putting yourself in situations that strained your nervous system, strained your mind and body coherence, strained your health. That's what it The Self Date Academy is not just about you getting some muscles and looking in the mirror and say, "Ooh, this look good." No, it's not just about that. Well, you might get some muscles and that would be great. That'll be a wonderful byproduct. But the thing is that you have to get your mind right, because once you get to the goal, that's beautiful. But the maintenance of the goal is where the real gorgeous definement come into play. We can reach a goal all day, but just because you shed the pounds that you wanted to shed, it's going to take a whole nother layer of you to be able to commit yourself to the maintenance of what your goal was. And we are going to talk about that. The maintenance of the prayer that you asked for, and when you become a recipient, what you're going to do with what you had prayed for. You're not going to get $1 million and just blow it in a month. What are you going to do to prioritize your time, money, and stewardship in order for that to grow? You don't want to live in a mindset of a deficit. You want to live in a mindset of catapulting that abundance far beyond anything that you could have imagined, because you had the capacity to hold what you prayed for. Every time you choose rest before collapse, every time you create a boundary before resentment, and every time you ask for help before overwhelm, you are thanking you for bringing your presence and honesty and openness into the energy, into this collective space, and into yourself. Your time is valuable, and I don't take that lightly. You could have been anywhere today, but you chose to be here with me, and I'm genuinely grateful. May you continue to pray boldly. May you continue to dream abundantly. But may you also become deeply rooted and wisely prepared and emotionally supported and practically equipped to sustain everything making its way toward you right now. You are not simply waiting for your life to change. You are building the internal home your new life will need. You are becoming the capacity. You are becoming the structure. You are becoming the safe place. You are becoming a sustainable home for your answered prayers. I'm so grateful for you tuning in. Chronicles of a Woman Heart. I hope this has been a beautiful Thursday for you. Rest is definitely important. Praise the Most High. And I thank you for listening and for choosing to be here. So until next time, peace.